Chilling tales of horror. A night I will never forget.
It was a night I will never forget. I was driving on a moorland road, surrounded by dark woods on both sides, when my car suddenly broke down. I tried to restart the engine, but it was no use. I checked my phone, but there was no signal. I felt a cold sweat on my forehead. I realized I was stranded in the middle of nowhere. I looked around and saw a faint light in the distance. It looked like a village, and decided to walk there and hope that someone would help me. I grabbed the flashlight and got out of the car, then locked the doors and started walking towards the light. The road was rough and uneven, and I stumbled several times. The wind howled, and I heard strange noises from the woods. I felt like something was watching me, but I could not see anything. I quickened my pace and tried not to look back. After what seemed like an eternity, I reached the village. It was a small and old-fashioned place, with stone houses and wooden fences. There was a strange blue glow to the village, as if it were lit by some unnatural source. I noticed a graveyard with a church in the center. The church had a tall spire and a large cross on top. I desperately knocked on some of the houses, but no one was awake. The doors were locked and the windows were dark. I wondered if anyone lived here at all. I felt a surge of panic and frustration. Where was everyone? Why didn't they answer? I proceeded to look around the village and noticed something strange about the graveyard. The graves were dug up and empty. There were bones and skulls scattered on the ground. Some of them looked fresh and bloody. I felt a chill run down my spine as I realized that someone or something had been digging up the dead. I heard a loud thud behind me. I turned around and saw a horde of zombies coming out of the church. They were wearing torn clothes and had rotting flesh and gaping wounds. They had glowing red eyes and sharp teeth. They groaned and moaned as they saw me. I tried to fight them off, but it was useless. There were too many and too strong as... I tumbled to the ground. I noticed a rock to the side of me. I grabbed it and smashed it into the skull of the zombie on top of me as it hit the zombie's head it caused. A gaping wound, a disgusting-smelling black liquid oozed out of its head. Then I saw an old crypt in the distance, only if I could make it there. It could save my life regardless of my wounds. I managed to push the disgusting rotting creature off me and made a run for it. Towards the crypt, as I approached the crypt door, there were dozens of zombies behind me. I pushed on the old rusty iron gate. It moved just enough for me to squeeze through the gap. As I got to the other side of the gate, I closed it. The zombies were approaching fast. I noticed an old crowbar on the floor. It must have been left behind from someone trying to steal from the crypt in the past. I grabbed the bar and wedged it against the gate, making it secure from the horde outside. Then, just unexpectedly, I heard gunfire as a bullet flew past, just barely missing my skull and several others bouncing off the gate. Then I saw the zombies dropping like flies, their skulls popping like water-filled balloons. Then I noticed a squad of army guys approaching from the far side of the graveyard. Thank God for the fucking army. As the squad approached, they were asking me if I was infected. Pointing their weapons at my head, I told them I had been bitten. They said we have medical supplies back at their trucks and I would be okay. They then escorted me back to their vehicles, sat me down and injected me with some weird glowing liquid in the syringe. Then the next thing I knew, I woke up, sat in the driver's seat of my car. The moral to this story is never leave your car if you break down on a dark wooded road late at night and go out looking for help, because this could happen to you.
Want to hear more? Then join me next time for scary and mysterious stories.